advanced textiles materials in research, development, and innovation projects management, and in diversification strategies development. She is also a member of the program committee of the Durbin Global Fibers Congress and president of the Association of the Textile Industry Technicians. She also is co-author of 12 books, research monographs, 41 articles, and 22 conference papers. She is the context chair also. And the other people that joined the table is Bruno Mougin, has an educational background in chemistry and materials with a title of engineer from the National School of Engineering of Chemistry of Clermont-Ferrand, a master's degree in chemistry of interaction and PhD in chemistry of materials, polymer and nanocomposites. He made the decision very soon to work at the interface of business and research and development. First, he worked at R&D engineer in Solvay, ex-Rodia, and then moved to innovation sector. He worked as project leader with a consortium of companies holding Textile, Hermes, Arjo Wingings, Thuans, Rexor, Sofileta, and Bernard Dumas, and is now project manager in the cluster of TECHTERA. He is in charge of projects building and management, quality management, and ISO 29001, and international cooperation. And also, of course, he is the context vice chair. Thank you, all of you.
It's okay? Okay, so we are going to present briefly context, why it exists, who created it or who led it, who we are now, and how we are working and how you can be involved. Context is the European network to connect research and innovation efforts on advanced smart textiles. A smart or intelligent textile material is a functional material which interacts actively with its environment. It responds or adapts to changes in the environment. This is the definition made by the Working Group 31, Smart Textiles, within the European Committee of Standardization related to textiles and textile products. We face new paradigms related to technologies, such as the incorporation of sensors, actuators, new production technologies, technology related to data, to energy, to use, etc., and also related to business. On the market, on innovation, on the supply chain, new business models, and also in use. And these paradigms are the main drivers of the development of the textile industry. So textile industry is, in the last decades, experiencing a growing demand for high-tech materials. There is a real need to focus research to the market, as many R&D projects fall in one of the two valleys of that. There is an inefficient knowledge transfer from basic research to prototyping, and also from pilot to commercialization. And finally, open innovation approach is essential. Context aims to join efforts at the European level and also beyond to facilitate the market uptake of new advanced textile materials, reducing this gap between research and industry. And this goal can only be achieved if we involve in that process universities, technological centers, industry, and also end users, which are the major stakeholders, and all of them coordinated by one of the main tools which contribute to the improvement of competitiveness and productivity of the different economic sectors in the European environment, which are the clusters. These are the main facts of context. This initiative, the creation of the network, was led by clusters and is now managed by clusters. It is set in the framework of COST program from the European Union. It's the European Cooperation in Science and Technology. This is the longest running European framework. It will last 4 years, starting in October 2018. It now involves 33 European countries, 3 near neighbor countries, and 1 international partner country. And it is open to all professionals and organizations aiming to contribute to achieve context goal. Now the management committee of context is formed by 1 or 2 representatives of these 33 COST member countries, which are the ones you see in this list. But also we have representatives from organizations in Morocco, Jordan, Tunisia, and also Japan.
Okay, you hear me? Yes, perfect. So, first of all, I'm very happy to be here and to welcome you here. I will now speak about how we will do these missions in the frame of context. We have 4 different missions and 4 different objectives. The first one is to try to build and to follow a roadmap, a joint research roadmap for the smart textile industry. The second one is the transfer of technology, because you know that all is created from the excellence, and you are excellent in your domain, and we try to transfer your technologies and your ideas and your prototypes and so on from the basic research to the industrial applicative areas. On the opposite side, we will work in order to identify needs from the markets and from the applicative sectors and from the trends and the new paradigms we were speaking about just before. And all these activities are, at the end of the day, networking activities. So we are here to network and to share ideas. Yes. So the structuration of the project, we have 6 working groups structured project. 5 are dedicated to applicative areas. The first one is dedicated to healthcare and medical. The second one to automotive and aeronautics. Personal protective equipment for the third, buildings and living and architectures for the fourth, and the last one dedicated to applicative areas is sport and wearables. And of course dissemination and communication is very important for that program. But you will enter deeper inside these topics just later with the first 5 presentations, so I don't speak more about that now. Just want to highlight that we tried and we decided to give a market pull orientation to this program. It means I just said before, we will identify with you, because you know that we will identify with you the needs of the market, the trends of the market, to select the best one and to create projects from that needs. And what about practically how to use the network? The second question, and you have 5 different ways to do that. And we have 5 different tools to help you to achieve these objectives. short-term scientific missions, training schools, international conferences like today, working groups and thematic workshops. And I will go deeper into these different tools now. The first one is short-term scientific missions. The objective is to support individual mobility of researchers, sorry for the mistake, in order to foster collaborations at different levels, industrial and research or research level, and to foster transfer of knowledge. Very practically, it's a visit that has a duration between 5 and 90 days, or 91 and 180 days for early career investigator, I mean young researchers. And applicants may be researchers, PhD, postdoc, and so on. You can apply as soon as the call will be launched. The next one is in May this year. And you can apply based on the topics of the working groups. Then we have the training school. It's an intensive training on emerging research topics, dealing with a specific equipment, for example, in order to share expertise. It's at the same time education, formation, transfer of knowledge, why not prototyping, and it serves the same mission as a cost program. It means to create projects. Duration of the program is between 5 days and 3 weeks, and it's open to everybody. The next one, coming soon, I don't know exactly, but certainly this year, of course, but certainly during the summer or the fall this year. International conferences, we have financial support for participation to conferences in cost countries in order of networking, transfer of knowledge. All applicants, and it's open to everybody with specific focus on early career investigators, where an oral and or poster presentation accepted by the scientific committee of the conference. And the next call, at the same time of the next call for the STSM, short-term scientific missions, in May 2019. The last one are the Thematics Workshops, and it's dealing with working groups with a market pool approach in order to share knowledge between all stakeholders and to open meeting on the dedicated applicative sectors. So it's one, as usual, it's open to everybody, industrial, researcher, RTD, technology providers, and so on. And the next opportunity for that is associated to the AEI Tèxtils Summit in Porto, and specifically dedicated to the working group number 5 on sport and wearables. You can see more here about this event, and I'm sure you will have the opportunity to speak about that during the day. So I think I have finished, but once again, I'm very happy to see all of you here, having attracted so much people. I guess that I can encourage you to be opportunity manager today, for you to share ideas, to identify, to propose, and to catch ideas in order to build projects between your organization and other one, industrial, research, universities. We have a lot of competencies here between experts in smart textiles, in architecture, in medical sector, in industrialization, and so on. And perhaps I can tell you that there is an app you can upload in order to get in contact with all of you, and it's easier for you to identify the person you would like to enter into contacts. thank you very much. And I will close the first session and start the second one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ariadna and Bruno. And before closing this part of the session, the staff is remembering that please have a look of the wall, because you can see that the hashtag and the APP.